Here are your solutions to 7-2, the letter problems. We'll start with letter A. We're being asked to determine whether or not these two figures are similar. And if they're similar, we need to give the scale factor. If they're not similar, we're going to put the two ratios that do not equal each other. So first of all, you should see that we would be able to reflect this over this line, and we would end up with the blue rectangle being over about like this. I'm not worried about drawing it exact. The reason is we want to look at these sides. So we have this one right here is 3 units long. This one here is 5 units long. On the green triangle, those corresponding sides are 6 and 10 units long. Now we could figure out the hypotenuse here would be the square root of 5 squared, one side, plus the other side squared would be 3 squared, and in this case it would be the square root of 6 squared plus 10 squared. And you can check that in your calculator and verify that one of those is twice the other. But really what we're looking for here is we can get our ratios here. We have 6 over 3 in this case, and we have 10 over 5 in this case, and in both cases those equal 2. So for letter A, we can say yes, and we can say that a reflection, we'll abbreviate that, reflection maps the blue square, the STU, onto the PQR with a scale factor of 2. This triangle is twice the first triangle. If you went the opposite direction and you came up with a scale factor of 1/2, that would be all right. You could say that you started out, because it doesn't really tell us for sure which one of these is the image and which is the pre-image. B. In this case, we're going to do something similar. In this case right here, we have 3 for units. Here we have 5. Down here we have 5 also. And we're going to skip this one for now. We could figure that out by using the square root. We could use this triangle right here and figure that out, but we're going to skip that for right now and check these. So up here we have 2 units. So in this case we would have 2 over 3. In this case here we have 4 units. So in this case we have 4 over 5, and actually we could stop there and recognize that 2/3 is not the same as 4/5. You should know in your head that 2/3 is 0.6 repeating and 4/5 is 0.8 or 8/10. So clearly they're not the same. But we could take it one step further and count here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we could also see that we have 4/5 here. So these two are similar, these two sides, but not this side up on top, so we do not even need to figure out the hypotenuse. So we're going to say no, and we're going to say that 2/3 does not equal 4/5. And again, you could have it 3 over 2 does not equal 5 over 4, or you could have it this way here. Both would be correct. All right, let's look at letter C. An art show offers different size prints of the same painting. The original print measures 24 by 30. 24, and I'm going to write the word by so I don't confuse it with a multiplication sign. 24 by 30. That's my original. The printer enlarges the original by a scale factor of 1.5. So I'm going to put that I'm going to multiply these numbers by 1.5. So 24, one of those is 24, and half of those is 12, so that makes that 36. And 1/30 is 30, and half of 30 is 15, so that would make that 45. Okay, so I've got the first one done. And then enlarges the second image by another scale factor, in this case a scale factor of 3. So remember, all I have to do is multiply everything by 3. In this case I have 36 times 3 is 108, and I'm going to use the word by again, and 45 times 3 is 135. So my dimensions are, let's read the question first of all. What are the dimensions of the largest print? Are both of the enlarged prints similar to the original? First of all, we could say that we have centimeters here, so we have 108 centimeters by 135 centimeters. And if you want to use the multiplication symbol here instead of by, it's perfectly okay here, as long as you don't confuse your math over here. And then you would answer yes, because are both enlarged prints similar? Yes, same shape, because of a dilation. You put that in parentheses. That's what dilations do. If it can be shown to be a dilation, it is similar. Please press pause and do guided practice. Guided practice problem number 147-3. Problem number 1. It asks to determine if two figures are similar by using transformations. Explain your reasoning. So again, we're going to just take a look. Clearly AD is the corresponding side with EH, so let's just count it up. We have 2 in this case, and let's do the other one right away as well. So we have 5 here. In this case, we have 3. So we have a 3 over 2 for one of our ratios. And here we have 2, 4, 6, 7. So we have 7 here. So the question is, does 3 over 2 equal 7 over 5? And hopefully you see that this is 1 1/2, and this would be 1 2/5. So they do not equal. So you would say no. And your reasoning would be that 3 over 2 does not equal 7 over 5. Problem number 2. Same thing. We can clearly see that we could reflect this, so we're looking at these two sides being comparable. So we need to count them up. We've got 3 here. We've got 3, 6 here. Here we want to take a look at this, and we have 1, 2, 3 here. And here we have 2, 4, 6. So clearly we have 6 over 3, and we would say yes, because corresponding sides are the same ratio, and we could show that it is a scale factor of 2, or if you went the other direction, you could say it was a scale factor of 1/2. Depends on whether you're comparing this. We don't really know which is the image or pre-image, so I would take either answer in that case. Problem 3. T-shirt iron-on measures 2 inches by 1 inch. Let's do it over here. 2 by 1. It is enlarged by a scale factor of 3 for the back of the shirt. The second iron-on is enlarged by a scale factor of 2. Now remember, one of the things we talked about in the original videos is that if you'd like to, you can just multiply the scale factors. In this case, that's really easy. So we're really just going to multiply everything by 6. 3 times 2 is 6. So we would go 2 times 6. We would have a 12 by 6. And then what are the dimensions? We've got that. So we have 12 inches by 6 inches. Are both of the enlarged iron-ons similar to the original? And the answer to that is yes. Whenever we have a dilation, the resulting images are automatically regarded as similar. Same shape is the key. Question number 4. What is the difference between using transformations to create similar figures versus using transformations to create congruent figures? And the easy answer to that is similar. We use a dilation. And when we're talking about congruence, we use either reflections, translations, or rotations. Please do independent practice.